Bitcoin is tiptoeing down. So the question is, how can I tell when the trend might be reversing to the upside, at least for a rally, perhaps up to 54, 55K? I'm going to give you those exact 4 levels. It's available on the free version of TradingView. So I recommend you follow along this video so you can tell what the hell's going on with crypto and all the bags you're holding. Are you ready? You better be. Let's go. I have everything labeled here at the bottom so you can refer to this as we go along. I have 4 things drawn on here, and each of those 4 things is a step. So I have a blue line labeled here, the 4 hour 55, so on and so forth. An orange line is step 2. Step 3 is the blue box. And step 4 is this 45-degree angle projector tool. These are the roads to recovery. And again, I want to be very specific. Even as the 4th step is hit, let's say price gets up in here, there's still a strong chance that that is the first macro high or low on price, and you continue down to the downside. So this is more like the steps to a rally, and with the idea that step 4 could be simply the end of the rally before downside. So I'm not saying recovery to all-time highs, rather this is the steps to a rally. And if step 1 is not completed, which as of now it's not, then you are simply still stepping down. That's how to interpret this chart. So I'm going to put price back on now, and these circles here, I'm going to take these off. But these circles, what they show is why this box is here. So the point in which is the middle of the circle shows you all the areas of price that create this box and why it truly is step 3. And it could be, you know, the end of a rally if there is a rally. So as of now, there is no rally because step 1 is not completed. But after step 1 and step 2 are completed, if that were to happen sooner than later, then step 3 has a potential chance to effectively end that rally. All right, so let's move on to explaining step number 1, and let's dive into this chart. So step number 1. Bitcoin is not over the blue line. Therefore, it is still going down, period. So not even step 1 is complete. This is the 4 hour 55. And I will link you to how to set up a chart at the end of this video. If, you know, that is jargon to you that you don't understand, it's unfamiliar. Most of the people who follow my channel know what that is by now, but I'm inviting new folks, and I'll link you to that video at the end so you can understand me, another price analyst, which is probably the way to be going, as opposed to, in my opinion, folks who cover news, because it doesn't really tell you how to deal with your money here. So step 1, not complete. However, once step 1 gets completed, all right, let me move these circles, get these off of here. So take a look at how Bitcoin's been reacting. Once step 1 is completed, so it's from the 69K top, so the whole way down, look. Rejected by the blue line, rejected by the blue line, got above the blue line, but rejected by step number 2, which is the orange line. Try it again. Rejected by the blue line, 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 got above the blue line, then rejected by step 2, and technically step 3 at that time, but rejected by step 2, back down. Rejected by blue line, rejected, couldn't get step 1, couldn't get step 1, you're still falling, boom, couldn't get past step 1, couldn't get past step 1, still can't get past step 1. So just know that if the trend continues, which is a good bet, once Bitcoin gets over here, there is a strong chance that it will head back down after hitting this orange line, because that's simply what is happening, all right? And so that the orange line is the 4 hour 200 EMA. And so what we're going to do next is we're going to dissect what price might do on its path up to step 3 and how it might move. And as opposed to, all the obvious signs to the downside, I don't think I need to cover that, because there is a big threat of, retesting these lows or lower. Like 37, 38K is, I don't know, maybe where this is heading first with Ethereum, potentially driving down. And so these exact steps here are the same on Ethereum. And I'm going to show you that here in a second, because you really should be watching both steps at the same time. So at this time, go ahead and flip your phones or get flipped off so I can continue making videos for you. Make sure you hit the like button. And now that your phone's vertical and you can see the comments section, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Yesterday in the video, I asked folks to go ahead and tell me the exact low that you think Bitcoin will reach within 2022. And so in this video, I want you to let me know when you think, what date. So even if that date is in 2023, let me know in the comment section when you think Bitcoin will break All-time highs of 69K. Do you think it'll happen this year, next year? Give me a month and a year, something like that, or an exact day, however you want to do it. And then make sure also, so I can continue delivering time-sensitive information to you, hit the bell and make sure it is selected to all alerts so I can more efficiently give you this information in a timely fashion. And let's dive back into these charts. Ask me questions directly and live. Links to the Discord community in the description section where you can turn on your microphone and camera and rock and roll with the community. Follow me on Twitter at @CostasVerdes2, CostasVerdes with the number 2. If joining an online community is simply not your thing, but you want exclusive content way above and beyond what is offered on YouTube, hit the join button below this video to explore your options. All right. So let's go to Ethereum next, see how that is playing out. And it's really the same 4 steps. And I don't have them all labeled and all that stuff, but I have the lines up here. So let's check this out. So this whole trip down, I know this chart's a little bit messy, but so try to focus your eyes on price, the blue line and the orange line. That's all we're looking at right now, okay? All right. So look, from the top, once this orange cross below, or blue cross below orange, resistance at the blue line, fell. Blue line, fell. Blue line, fell. Got above the blue line, hit the orange line, fell. So step 2 could not be passed, just like Bitcoin. Step 1 couldn't be passed, fell. Step 1 couldn't pass. Step 1 couldn't pass, fell. All right. And so as of now, and what I'm about to say is kind of important for the whole market because Bitcoin is already below its monthly 10. This blue line I've drawn here is the monthly 10 for Ethereum. So you might want to test that in your chart because if the 4-hour 55 pushes it down below, it's going to tank, and it's going to take the whole market with it. And Ethereum will pull down Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. And that's, yeah. So you might want to draw this line in your chart specifically on Ethereum. Now on Bitcoin, it's not as useful because Bitcoin is currently below it. But if Ethereum simply cannot get above the blue line or the orange line, and the orange line and or the blue line push it below, it's going to go really fast, and it could create a flash crash. I'm not guaranteeing a flash crash or anything to that effect, but that would be a situation where the probabilities are heightened for a very, very, very swift move to the downside, or it could just keep trickling down like that and be pushed down. So it's the same 4 steps on Ethereum. And as you can tell here, if Ethereum were to get really hot and get above this box, well, you still have to get above this projector. So let me show you the significance of this projector and why it's really so cool to use. So watch this. Check this out. I'm going to have to put on price, take off the EMAs. Here we go. Back here, before this drop, okay, before the Wyckoff drop, if you simply had made a rough 45-degree angle, put a projector tool, okay, something to that effect, right? You know that, oh crap, this is not going up. An uptrend has to break that 45-degree angle. So in this 45-degree angle can be really, I mean, quite extended. And you can see that 45-degree angle got this, all of this price action here, all of it. So technically, this could have been some dead cat bounce that failed, but once it got above right here, and if you zoom in, oddly enough, that's where it hesitated and used it as support. I mean, this is, for some reason, these 45-degree angles work. Check this out. Look, boom, 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 boom. Was that also an EMA? Most likely. However, this rule applies, I mean, to pretty much all of Bitcoin history. A simple 45-degree angle, which is why this is the 4th and final step. Once it gets above it, then, you have a much more likely chance of then forming a true uptrend. But even up until here, I think you still have a more than likely probability that you're going to continue going down. And that's a rally all the way up to 55. But even with that, if you can't get above that, or until you're, let me be specific, until you're above a 45-degree angle, Bitcoin's going down. Can you have rallies, huge rallies up to 55K? Absolutely. But the way I see it, it's still going down. And until it gets above it, it's going down. It's that simple. All 4 of these steps are more for a rally. Doesn't mean Bitcoin is going up. It doesn't. It's all 4 steps. It's still going down, I promise. As crazy as that sounds. Yes, on the daily chart, you have daily stuff going up. Yeah, you'll have green candles, but you have green candles and down moves. And so all of this is still in the context of a down move. Until that projector is broken and used as support or just flown past, Bitcoin is going down. I want to be very clear. However, can you make money to the upside in the meantime as it's going down? Abso-freaking-lutely. All right. And let's use this projector tool throughout, the rest of Bitcoin history. So let's go back here. Okay, top, roughly 45-degree angle. Did it get above? No, and it fell. Another top. Did it get above this roughly 45-degree angle? No, and it fell. It's just over and over and over and over. All right, so let's draw one from here, something to this effect. So it got above, and Bitcoin rose for how much longer? 36 days, over a month. And that was the point in which you could say, okay, this rally could be real, and then coronavirus happened and all that stuff. But until that point, you could still interpret this as going lower and lower and lower until it busted out. So you can see how it used the top of it as, let me zoom in. I mean, I definitely eyeballed it, and I didn't mean to make the top of the projector hit that perfectly, but you can see it came out, hit it perfectly, hit the bottom perfectly, then bounced out. And that would be when you would perhaps switch to more long positions at that time, even though in the end it did fail, but you had a whole month of trading successfully to the upside. All right. And you have another one, let's say here, draw a 45-degree angle. After this downturn, couldn't get above, got above, boom. Then you could start trading long, and then it just kind of went sideways for a long time, and you weren't making any successful trades. However, you could confidently, have the idea that with this, it did get above the projector tool and used it as support. You mentally should be slightly longer than short because it got above the projector tool, period. All right, and then another one here, boom, 45-degree angle roughly, and you're not really bullish until you break out of there and you break the 45-degree angle. Then you have a very, very heightened chance of a rally to the upside. It works over and over and over and over and over in Bitcoin. All right, another one right here. Top projector tool, it zoomed right above, used it as support. All right, and then you could really technically draw another one after this little down move, another 45-degree angle. It rallied straight to the top. So if you were to see something like this on Bitcoin on this, 45-degree angle route straight to the top and use it as support, I would be bullish. I would flip straight to being, bullish on short-term moves, maybe even mid-term moves. All right, check out another one. So rally up to 40K. All right, projector tool, boom, rough 45-degree angle, bam. So, I mean, you can see all this. It goes right up to it, failed it. Went right up to it, dropped. Went right up to it, use it as support, takeoff time. So that would be the point to start being bullish. Once you see the top of this rough 45-degree angle projector tool be used as support, it works over and over. Now, if you waited to be bullish until that point, do you miss a lot of the move? Absolutely. You can trade, before that time. But, the whole point of this is you're not confident with that trade in the meantime. All right. You're simply not as confident in your trade. So big down move, boom, boom, and came up, used it as resistance, came to the top, used it as support. You would have been long to this position, but then it just floated around. You couldn't really, do much of a trade unless you were trading the 1 hour time frame. So this is the point where Wyckoff started essentially, distributing across the top, and the rule wouldn't work. But you still could have flipped slightly more bullish at that point, and the rule just applies over and over and over and over. And it really gets the lower highs and downtrends very, very well. And if you are long, it gives you more confidence to be long at that time. All right, and let's check it out from let's take it. You had a big drop. When could you start being confident? So draw a rough 45-degree angle. Boom. When did that big candle happen? I mean, is this coincidence? I don't think it is. I'm telling you, this just works. It happened in the middle of it, and it got straight to the top of it and bounced around, flipped to be bullish. Boom. It's that simple. All right, and you could do this on much, much, much smaller time frames as well. Let's see here. And so I know it looks kind of silly just to have some projector tool up there and say, yeah, that's step 4. But I just showed you it is very, very significant, and it works like a freaking charm. And there are many times that it hits the exact lower high before the continuation of the down move. So even when it hits it, it still has a good chance of going down unless it gets to the top and uses as support, or uses support somewhere higher and then takes off. That would be the time where you flip confidently bullish from a macro sense. And of course, in those times that would happen, you'd have RSI agreeing with bullishness. You have MACD, all the indicators that you use would end up flipping bullish as well. But this is from a structural standpoint. That's the significance of this number 4. I promise you, it works. So during a VIP call, I had a VIP wanting to play our B Pro play that I was conducting, and so he missed the opening at this line here, and I gave an alert out, hey, you might want to check this out. I made a video on it yesterday. And so he wanted to get back in. And for example, he goes, well, when do I do it? During the VIP call last night. And we were doing the VIP call during this. It was screaming up. It's like, no, don't chase these candles. And he goes, well, what do I do? And I said, well, just use your projector tool, make a 45-degree angle, and bam. And then when I woke up and what happened? It had gone straight to the bottom of it and used the top as support, and boom. Like I promise you. So I don't know if it's similar to fibs or whatever, but it's a hell of a lot easier, and it works just all the dang time. And if you see B Pro going below it, then you can realize, shoot, I'm going to bail while I'm still barely in profit. I'm going to get the hell out because it's probably going to go lower or come back to the same point. But either way, I don't like those odds, either the same point where I bought it or lower. So I'm going to get out if it breaks the projector tool, right? So so it works on small time frames as well. But I promise you that 45-degree angle, that is simply how crypto moves. You should start using that projector tool. And if I can pull my screen over so you can see, look, it's this projector tool here. So you have the measuring tool, and then all these icons. So it's the second one up from the icon, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th one down, and there are a lot of options within. You use the projector tool, right? And if you put a star, then it'll show up on a little bar, something like that, and you'll see the projector tool like right there. And that's how you use it. And I would make, I strongly suggest, you make that pretty handy for yourself. It gets macro stuff, it gets 5-minute chart, it gets a lot of things right, and it allows you to understand, hey, don't chase green candles, or hey, this is when I bail. It really helps, and it's a simple tool, free tool on TradingView, so why not the hell use it, especially if it works a lot. It helps you out so much. So click this video right here if you missed my Ethereum video from yesterday. It helps you understand that Ethereum very likely is pulling Bitcoin down, so Ethereum really might be the chart to be watching right now. And click this video right here. As I said earlier, I'm linking you to a video on how to set up chart just like mine. It's about a 28-minute video. It's going to be among the most valuable 28 minutes you've spent within crypto, I promise you, if you don't know how to set up a chart. And also, if you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit this circle right here in the middle and subscribe. And you just got 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙣𝙚 worldwide. Peace.